Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Daniela and today we'll continue with Lost This Time episode 12 of the third season. The last episode was about Said, so some of his flashbacks. He was living in France, trying to pass as a cook, as a ordinary guy. Someone approached him, offered him a job in his restaurant, and it did end up to be some sort of trap. He was the husband of a woman that he tortured, and they wanted some sort of revenge. It ended up good for all of them. He apologized for what he did and admitted that the woman is kind of haunting his dream, that he feels sorry for what he did, that you know was kind of the circumstances. In the present day, Said, John, and Kate and Daniel went to find the place where the others are staying, and Jack in particular. They began to follow the idea that John had with the stick, go north, and they went and they found this place that the guy with the eye patch they saw in the Pearl station on one of the monitor was, is the flame. There was a flame station under it, kind of. And his name is Mikhail. He was pretending to be part of the Dharma initiative. They figure out, fight, and it ended up with the flame being destroyed by John. I don't know. Maybe he didn't knew about the C4 because they were in the kind of the basement and he didn't knew about it, and he was, I don't know, trying to do the right thing, but I don't know. I was thinking about it, that maybe he didn't knew about the C4 and he actually tried to do, to help Dharma, because, the question was if the hostiles took over the flame there, and they did, but I don't know. I still can't believe he did that in good faith and not because he doesn't want to go off the island. But I mean, if he wants to stay on that island, he can stay. Like, no one is forcing him. If the rescue comes, no one is forcing him to leave the island, so he can stay there. I don't know. I don't know. But as someone said in the comments from the last video, he was the one that knocked out Said when he tried to pinpoint the signal there with the radio. So I don't know. But got some more information. Like the flame is for communication with the outside world. There is a submarine, and they had like a satellite dish there and a beacon for the submarine, which both of them are not working because of the implosion from the Swan. It has something to do with the electromagnetism that is gathered there, so it was kind of a electromagnetism like blast, and that's why it affected the communications. They took Mikhail hostage, and again they are on their way to find this barracks that apparently the others are living in. Said found a map because of course Mikhail is not of any help. Like, no matter what, I don't think he's gonna help them. I think the others are kind of um, rather die than say anything to affect the community. So, like, it was seen in the last episode. So, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, sure, not kill him, but dragging him along the way is, you know, useless. So, why not leave them? Why not leave him somewhere? I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, as usual, I got something to drink. The episode is ready to start. So, without further ado, let's do this.
What's gotten into you, Charlie? You've been so depressed all week, and now it's breakfast in bed and picnics.
I woke up this morning, I thought it's time to stop feeling sorry for yourself and seize the day, and can't think of anyone I would rather do some day seizing with than you.
From the position of this stream, we should be here. If the scale is right, these people are 2 miles in that direction. I don't expect you to confirm that.
The stick did get us to that station.
Oh, the station which you accidentally blew up.
Well, if you'd warned me that the
Accidentally?
basement was rigged with C4, I might have been a little more careful.
Why don't you just tell us if we're going the right way?
Kate, baby, why are you there just to ask stupid questions? Didn't you heard what Saeed just said moments ago?
I think hunting might be a better way to spend
He
your day,
had
Charlie.
another vision.
I mean, of all the things you could choose to do today, hunting with me might be your best option.
We have to catch the birds.
What birds?
They just flew over, and they're only going to be here today, so if we're going to catch one, we need to do it now. Okay, 5 minutes ago, a flock of seabirds flew over my head. Seabirds are migratory, which means they're going to keep heading south. They're tagged. Scientists tag these birds so they can track them. So when they eventually land in Australia or New Zealand or wherever, somebody's going to gather them up. Charlie, can you go get some knives? Charlie.
How do you even know this stuff about birds, Claire?
I watched a lot of nature shows with my mum.
Doesn't exactly make you an expert. But I don't want to see you wasting your time, that's all.
Nothing suspicious
So what
about
happened to
that.
seizing the day?
Don't see the point.
I told you that your daughter was living with them, and you haven't asked me a single question about her. You haven't...
Your friend, Jack. You care about him?
Yes?
Imagine 16 years from now, you're told he was still alive. But in your heart, you know that he wouldn't remember you. I haven't asked you questions about my daughter because I do not want to know the answers.
She's scared. She doesn't know what her daughter become, maybe, living with the others.
I was recruited when I was 24. I was approached by
I
a
didn't
man.
ask you when, I asked you how.
They brought me on the submarine.
Your people, they can just come and go whenever they want?
Go, yes. 2 weeks ago, our underwater beacon stopped emitting its locator signal. There was an event, an electromagnetic pulse. It would be impossible to come back.
Why would you want to come back?
What is that supposed to mean? So, they could go and come back to the island by submarine because of the beacon that transmitted the location, but 2 weeks ago stopped working, so they can go off the island but can't come back on the island. because the beacon can't transmit the location anymore. I think till now, because they, came and go of the island, they already know the location of the island without a beacon. But they don't. They need the location every time. Why is that? It's not that the island doesn't show on the map, because it's the same route every time, so no matter if you see it or not, it's there. Does the island change locations every time? And that's why they need the beacon, because the thing in ocean is connected with the island, and when the island change locations, the beacon goes with it and emits the location, and they know where to go. Is that why they are not found till now? After all this time, they don't know where to look at? When the hatch exploded there in, I think, Antarctica, those researchers, scientists guys, got the signal and they called Penny. Am I right? Because, logically, they went off the island and back many times, so they, could definitely pinpoint the location of the island, could have made, a map or something. So, what's the point of a beacon? That now, if it doesn't work, they can't come back to the island. They can go, but not come back. It's because they don't know where to come back to.
You're not capable of understanding.
And why am I not capable?
Because you are not on the list.
Get with the list. Jack is not on the list either.
The man who brought me here, who brought all of my people here, he is a magnificent man.
Ben's so magnificent. Then why did he need one of us to save him?
Ben is not.
Ben is not a true leader. Also, didn't Ben said when he was captured by the survivors that our leader is a great, amazing man?
You are not on the list because you are flawed, because you are angry, and weak, and frightened.
Is the leader Jacob?
You, Kate Austen, are a complete stranger to me. But you, John Locke, you I might have a fleeting memory of. But I must be confused, because the John Locke I know was
paraplegic. What the fuck are those?
This was my mother's worst fear.
What do you mean?
That I would end up doing something very much like this, cutting bait. She had high hopes for my future. They did not include me marrying a fisherman's son.
Well, I guess we don't always turn out like our mothers want.
Of course, mine never worked a day in her life.
My mom was a librarian.
Your mother suffered a severe head trauma. We'll have to wait for the swelling in her brain to go down before we can determine the full extent of her injuries. I'm afraid we're looking at fairly widespread damage. Right now, these machines are sustaining her life.
I mean, when she wakes up, she won't
I can't
need...
say with any real confidence that she will wake up.
How long will she be like this?
Could be a day, a week, or years. We'll just have to wait and see. But I can assure you she'll be well looked after.
We can't pay for that.
Don't worry. Her expenses have already been taken care of.
Like I said, I'm sorry.
What's wrong with you?
Look, I was shooting at a ball. I had no idea you were out here.
Where's Charlie? Is he with you?
He's back at the camp. Look, I'm really sorry.
So it's just you,
Ah, it's just me.
hunting in the exact same spot as we're setting our trap. You don't want me to catch the birds, do you? You and Charlie. What's going on?
Why wouldn't I want you to catch the birds?
What exactly was the vision about? I'm so curious to know.
What is it?
Don't touch it. Don't even go near it. Security perimeter. Those sensors on the side would be triggered if anyone passed between them. It's an alarm system or a trap.
You're right. It was a security perimeter, but like everything else on this island, it hasn't functioned in years.
Of course it hasn't.
The pylons encircle the entire barracks. There is no going around them.
John! John!
Thank you.
Ooh. Is the sound... His ears were bleeding, like... bleeding.
Sorry.
Sorry. Right, it's not like you did it because he knew that you were in a wheelchair.
Looks like he suffered a cerebral hemorrhage.
Why did you do that? We needed him.
What type of waves were those?
They were never going to trade him for Jack.
How
don't know
exactly
that.
did they
Well, you
know?
don't know it either. He shot one of his own people who didn't want to be in this exact situation. Pardon me for not knowing that they had a sonic weapon fence. Just tell me how we're going to go through this.
We're not gonna go through it. We're going over it. Saeed, where's the axe?
It's in his pack.
No, wait a minute, I got it. Here, I got it.
I thought
Do
you didn't know
it.
there was any C4.
Well, I stand corrected.
That glint you saw could have been anything. A piece of glass stuck in the bird's foot. Or it could have been nothing at all. I don't want to advocate false hope, Claire. That's all.
I thought you were here for me, that I could count on you. I was wrong.
No, Claire.
No, I'm on my own, and at least I know that now. Excuse me.
No way! Claire is his daughter. She's
You're a doctor?
Australian.
Yes,
Was she the one he wanted to see?
What are you doing here?
I was just on my way out, Lindsay.
If Carol knew you were here,
She'd what? What would she do?
What's going on here? Who is he?
it doesn't
What?
matter. Just go,
Maybe you should tell her. Lindsay.
Why are people like
She
this?
deserves to know.
please.
If-
Just leave us alone.
If you didn't want Claire to find out who he is, you shouldn't have acted the way you did. Claire knows her father is dead when she was 2. Because she definitely won't ask any more questions.
Are you the one paying the bills? Are you the one taking care of all this?
Yes.
And who are you?
Christian Shepherd, nice to meet you.
I'm your father, Claire.
But like, I have so many questions, honestly. What type of security system is this?
There you go. Be $10.
No way you are working at a tattoo shop and use that thing that ruins your ear.
So it's true.
Yes, it's true.
How'd you find out about the accident?
A doctor friend here in Sydney told me. I got the call.
Did they knew she's important to you or how?
We had a fling. I was back in Los
Don't
Angeles,
tell
and she
me
told
he
me
had
that
a
she was
family.
pregnant, that she was going to have the baby. Have you?
You didn't. You didn't want to see me?
No, no, I came out a bunch of times when you were little.
But you already had Jack and a
Why'd you
wife.
stop coming?
Because your aunt hates me. And your mother didn't like the fact that I had another family.
It was strange, right?
That now may be the time to look at other alternatives, other ways to relieve her pain. Now, it is illegal to turn off her machines, but
He
I know
can't be
ways to achieve
serious.
the same effect without the legal
He just
consequences.
came
Stop it.
into her
You come here to
life.
help me. You came here to try and fix a mistake that you made.
No, honey, that's not true.
You come down here and you try and get me to kill her?
Do not keep your mother alive for the wrong reasons. Now, there is hope and there is guilt, and believe me, I know the difference.
You can't just come into her life and tell her to give up on her mother. No, being in a coma, not an easy thing. But still, there might be a tiny bit of hope. Just happened. The fuck?
How did you know it was going to be here?
I didn't.
Yes, you did. You had to.
See that spot over there? That's where Charlie slipped and fell in. Got pounded again and again by the rocks and broke his neck.
Yeah, but please tell me exactly what you saw in the vision, because for me right now doesn't make any sense. Christian is her father. She and Jack are step brothers, step siblings. Is that the word?
I don't know how you did it. Raising me alone. It must have been so hard. And I was just awful. So sorry for all the awful things I said to you in the car. I hated you. I wished you weren't my mother, and I wished you were dead. It's all my fault. The accident. Everything.
We are survivors of Oceanic Flight 815. We have survived on this island for 80 days. We had turbulence and crashed. We've been waiting here all this time, waiting for rescue that has not come. We are alive. Please don't give up on us. It's perfect, Claire.
No, it's not actually. You should give as many details of your location as you could, not about the people. We're
No, I'm
good.
not giving up on you either, Charlie.
That's not gonna help you getting rescued.
Jack.
Why did they make her like this? Okay, that was an episode. So, that was a thing. Claire sent a message with a seagull to the outside world. I mean, okay. What can I say? Coincidence happens that she found the right word. I mean, Desmond found a seagull that was tagged and she could send a message. I mean, I don't know honestly about that message. I found it too vague. I think they should have been more precise about their location, the island, the vegetation, any detail they could think about, not about, we are good, we have a baby and some people die. I mean, those are not so important, but I mean, I get it, the feeling behind it. But if you want to be rescued, in my opinion, I think you should give as many details as you can. So I don't know. I honestly have to be quick about this because the camera battery is like flashing red, and that's not a good sign. I have talk about three things really quickly. One is, what the hell was Desmond vision about? Like, I don't understand. Like, Charlie was supposed to die on that cliff finding the bird, but Claire's plan was to catch the birds near the beach, but Desmond scared the birds. So of course, Charlie, if he saw that Claire didn't catch the birds on the beach, he would have found other ways to catch a seagull. So he would climb on top of the rocks and then fell down. I'm really confused about the vision. What was that about? I need answers because right now in my mind it doesn't make sense. I feel that Desmond was the one that caused Charlie's death. Maybe he just saw Charlie fell down those rocks, but still, like, why? I don't know. The second thing is, Christian is Claire's father, and I should have figured this out way before. He went to Australia, but for some reason I didn't make connection. Sure, Claire is from Australia, but I didn't like connect the dots. And for some reason, Claire's aunt looked familiar, like I saw her before, but I wasn't sure if I saw her in another series or movie or in this show. But now I understand she was the one that Christian was talking when he went to Australia with Ana Lucia, because the mother is in a coma, so it would have been quite hard to talk with her. But damn, right before he died, he went to her. He wanted to see her. Then, the last thing that I quickly want to talk about is those pylons. How do they work? It's a security system, I got that, but it's a sonar, so it's like sound waves, right? So when you pass through them, they activate and kill you. So why, if you don't pass on top of them, don't kill you, or they don't activate? Like, they have those metal things on each side, not on each side, left and right, and they emit like waves, sound waves. So why only when you are on the other side they affect you? Because like the sound, like they go in both ways, but why when you are only on the other side affects you? Like it affected Mikhail and not the ones that are on this other side. And like, if the metal plates are on top, why if you go under them it's so like it activates, but not when you are on, like, go on top of them on the other side? Because like, do they have like sensors on the bottom but not on top? I find it so weird, but at the same time kind of fascinating. This like, it's a kind of a unique alarm system and like defense system as well. It's not more alarm but more like a defense system. But they went through this defense system and they saw Jack. He was playing what is called in America, football, kind of rugby, with Tom. And I don't think it was because he was like feeling I don't know, in his environment like free enough, or he went to the other side. I think it was just a passing time. It felt like he, I don't know, betrayed the survivors and he joined the others, but I don't think that's the case. I don't see Jack as the person to just switch sides like that. So, I don't know. But yeah, that was an episode. I kind of like it. I am confused about a lot of things, but I'm gonna think about it. And I'm gonna talk definitely in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you in the next episode. Bye.